What are you going to draw the line at in order to supersize and grow your business? Drawing the line has been an expression that's been around for probably centuries. It comes from, of course, property lines, fences. Think of fences, think of surveyor lines, ways of people understanding this is my, actually, it's been around probably as long as humanity. Everybody had their territories, right? Man is a territorial being. We like to think that we're not as bad as the animals, but we're just as bad. Even women are territorial. So we draw a line around what our property is, what works for us. Drawing a line or at something is to set a limit, to set an expectation, not for only our behavior, but for other people's behavior as well. It's setting up rules and systems and processes and procedures and expectations, actually telling people what we want them to do, being clear about our expectations. That's how we set our businesses up for success, by creating rules, creating systems, creating processes, following strategies, communicating, setting our principles and values and goals all on a consistent basis, and making sure that everybody that works with us knows what those expectations are. Expectations of ourselves are drawing a line. Standards of what we will tolerate from ourselves first and then from other people. It's really impossible virtually to go out and expect other people to behave in a way that you tell them to when you yourself are not holding yourself to that same standard, to that same behavior. My ex-husband and I, we've raised two kids, two amazing young human beings now. And sometimes sometimes my spouse would be set in what I call the lecture chair. I'm kind of notorious for my lecture chair, if you ask my daughter and her friends, because sometimes their behavior was below the line. And it wasn't below the line for me, although it was as well, but it was below the line in terms of what I thought that they owed themselves. And so we'd sit and we would chat about, you can set a standard for yourself. You get to set the standard for yourself with respect to how you're going to behave and who you're going to be and how you're going to show up in the world, with respect to grades or substances or how they treated other people, or how they would, behave and act around me. And so we would have a discussion about above the line met your own personal standards and values, and you were behaving in a way that made you feel good. Below the line was behaving in a way that you knew wasn't really right for you, but you were doing it for probably some other reason outside of you. Excuse me, I got a fuzzy. So I've used this above the line, below the line, drawing the line at a certain standard or behavior for a long, long time. Now I've got a 30 plus year quality background as well. My training is in engineering and specifically in mechanical engineering and quality engineering. And so systems, quality, processes, procedures, standards to make sure we always get a consistent quality output in every aspect of a business is my thing. And so everything I've done and everything I've been about my entire, 59 years of existence has been about identifying that standard, identifying that line for me, and sometimes for organizations that I consult for and I work with or I've been a part of, and setting up the rules and the systems and the guidelines to work in our favor. Now, that doesn't mean they're not working in our customers and clients' favor, because frankly, if everything we're doing isn't to serve our customers and clients, then we don't have a business either, right? So it's just thinking about everything that we do and making sure that we're consistent with what we really want to create. So I'm not going to tolerate in my relationships certain types of behavior because they don't match my core values. I'm not going to tolerate certain behaviors in my companies and businesses and with my customers and clients because they go against what I consider the line. If anything's below the line, boom, gone, done, history, because it's consistent. My line is drawn consistent with who I am, my values, and what's important to me and what I'm creating in the world. And we need to set up that same type thing in our businesses. The thing is, once you know what your line is, all of your decisions become really, really easy. It's either above the line or below the line. When you're faced with different opportunities and challenges, your response is either going to be above the line or below the line. Below the line is an automatic no. Above the line is generally a yes if it fits with the other priorities that I'm doing. So it's just my little discussion about drawing a line in the sand today, or drawing a line at, or having a boundary. And I guess that's what this whole discussion is about, is knowing what your boundaries are, but not just your end of the line boundary, but your boundary of acceptable behavior for yourself and everybody else that you come in contact with. That's it. Go out and make it an awesome day. I'll, of course, be with you tomorrow. Bye.